Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Human Narratives. This is your host, Dorinda. It is a pleasure to be back another week to give you another boost about something that's going to be exciting I'm going to be talking about today. But before I even get into that hot topic of today, which is very exciting for me because I don't normally even explore this area often, but when I do, I do. So let me introduce the individual or the person of whom I'm going to be talking to and his lining of generation. This is Mr. Dion Sanders. Okay. So let's listen to some of his lyric. Howdy, howdy, hey. All right, yeah. Welcome to the Human Narratives. I just wanted to share a little bit of that. I was trying to figure out what song to kind of blend this conversation and topic with. And I said, come on, man. I know, you know, Deion Sanders, he is a legend. So let me check out one of his music. Why not play a legend's own music when you're talking about him and his generation, a family, right? So, welcome to the Human Narrative. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope that you have had a wonderful, wonderful week and that you're going into this upcoming week energetic, boost, and full of energy and ready to tackle anything that comes your way because you got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. So, I'm not a sport commentator, but I'm going to be commentating on this issue today. So some of y'all haters like, okay, Dorinda, so why are you commentating anyway? Because I am haters. So let's tune in into the human narrative. Guess what? We here. So it's gonna be some skin boiling tonight, and that's all right. So welcome, and let's get to something that we're gonna be making tonight to boil some skin and some topic. Because one thing Whew, I love individuals who are out there just doing their things with confidence. You're doing your thing with confidence and not allowing nothing and anything to shut you down. I love that. I love that leadership ability and that mindset. But to be able to see that leadership ability and mindset in a black man, that is amazing. A black man and a leader, not only a leader in the community, in the sport community, but also in his home amongst his children. And I mean, it's a reflection of what we just saw in the NFL this past drafting season, right? So let's get on and talk about greatness because a lot of times people tend to look down on greatness instead of celebrating greatness. That's what we're ought to do is celebrate people's greatness because that's how you also become great. You know, so who is Deion Sanders? He's a renowned prime time pro football Hall of Famer. I mean, this man is just phenomenal when Maya Angelou, talk about phenomenal. He is just phenomenal. NFL and MLB, beyond athletic achievements. He is a devoted, not only, like I said earlier, to his community, but a devoted father to his children. Children. I'm big on names, so if I mess y'all name up, y'all, the Sanders, forgive me. Much respect. Deandra Sanders, one of his child. Deion Sanders Jr., Shiloh Sanders, Shador Sanders, and I'm going to talk about that young man in a minute because that's greatness there. What they couldn't accomplish with his dad, they tried to accomplish with him, but guess what? The devil is a lie. Woo! Shalomi Sanders. Oh my goodness. Those are his beautiful children. But this man is just more than just these beautiful children, whom are also very successful individuals that are out there doing their own thing individually, their authentic self, not attached to their family name, but trying to build their own legacy. It is beautiful. It is so beautiful. And we ought to celebrate greatness. We ought to celebrate greatness because it's important. And that's how we teach our children to understand what greatness is and what that reflection of greatness is, they can also become because it's a reality. But if we hate on each other, then it's not going to happen because then our children grow up to become haters themselves. Children is a reflection of where they're from or where they've been. Woo! All right. So, those are the kiddos, grown men, and young women, adults of Mr. Sanders, of course. Let's talk about the recent NFL highlights. Shador Sanders. Man, this young man and Travis Scott, of course, they're very close friends. And, Mr. Sanders have been mentoring to not only his children, but also others like Travis Scott and other young men in the sport industry. I mean, this young man is talented, Shador, and there were so many obstacles and challenges that came about his way before drafting. As I examine his story and him as he communicate and talk about the thing he had to adore before even drafting, the signs that showed him that he was in a battle. I mean, it is crazy when greatness is in front of you, when you are greatness and the devil and the enemy is using people around you that should support you to attack you. That's the most craziest thing ever. But you know what? I love this young man's confidence. He didn't back away. He never shy away from the noise of what people had to say about him, from the chatters, from any of those negative, sounds. Because you know what? He understood his own voice and where it was coming from, the Lord. So he didn't have to worry about no other noise or validation from any other voices. He just talked to what he believed. They didn't pick him first draft. He lost millions of dollars because he was not a first picked. But guess what? God don't look at humans' money. He don't look at humans' numbers. And one thing I love about this young man, he didn't give up. Just like his dad. How many obstacles his father endured in his years, even now, trying to shut him down. This young man never gave up. It is inspiring, the strength. It is so inspiring how one giant, like a David and Goliath, You have all of these giants of people around you trying to attack you, and it's just only one you, and you're still standing. That's that speaks volume. It shows how powerful and how great you are, Mr. Shador. So keep pushing. Despite projection placing him in earlier rounds, Shador was drafted as the 144th overall by the Cleveland Browns as the quarterback. It doesn't matter what number you're picked, whether you're number one or number 144. If God said you're great, you're great. Humans, humans don't tell you who you are. All you have to do is remember what he says you are. He believed it. He never shied away from who he knew and who he knows he is. Oh my goodness, despite the giants that were fighting him, you never know how strong you are until you have giants to fight. Oh my goodness. He was drafted as the 144th player on the Cleveland Browns. What? His journey. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. He could have given up, but nah. You have to keep going because that's what the enemy wants you to do is give up. Why is this family an example of Black American or America greatness? We don't often talk about that. Why is this family an example of Black American greatness? This is beautiful. You see a Black man proud standing on the TV with his boys side by side, not in jail, not in brown and orange uniform suits, not shackled down, proud. And they call that arrogance, and they call that cocky. That's confidence. Hold your head up high and keep on shining. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Why is this family an example of Black American greatness? His brother, let's talk about Shiloh now. I don't want to miss another greatness. Shiloh was drafted as well, and he was drafted at Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a safety. All right now. Now, greatness upon greatness. Why are the Sanders an example of Black American greatness? Because they embody excellence, resilience, and an influence across multiple spheres, multiple cultures, multiple generations of influence. That's beautiful. Multi-generational success. Mr. Deion Sanders achieved historic heights as a dual sport athlete in the NFL and MLB. Then transitioned into coaching, broadcasting, and mentoring. I mean, that is excellence all around. His children are thriving in athletics, entrepreneurship, entertainment, showing and achievement across all different spectrum. Leadership and representation is just beautiful in this household. Now, for y'all who are assuming, oh, why are you glorifying these individuals? I'm not saying that they're perfect. They're humans. But guess what? They're doing great things out there and they need to be celebrated instead of being talked about negatively. That's what we should be doing. Leadership and representation. He is a Black head coach at Jackson State when he was there, Colorado. Oh my goodness. He brought a lot of investments into HBCUs and challenged a lot of narratives about Black leadership in sports. Man, this is multifaceted in all spectrum. entrepreneur spirit beyond sports. The family is doing, just immaculately well in various area. Black excellence, building wealth and platform outside, not just Mr. Sanders rapping. Shador also sings and rap and create music. The creativity is just so, oh my goodness, marvelous. Authenticity and culture. Just being able to embrace broadcasting as a black family unapologetically was beautiful. To be able to bring fashion to music, to sport, to celebration, the visibility of all of these things being normalized into this culture is gorgeous. Resilience and transparency. Oh my goodness. Resilience and transparency. Not only being able to be a leader, but to also be able to navigate through personal and professional challenging times. And sometimes you don't have a choice about how you navigate through those times. And as a public figure, there were a lot of situations that he had to navigate in the public eye. Divorce, scrutiny, all of those things. But guess what? He persevered. He never gave up and he never allowed those chatters to keep him from going. I love when he talked about the story about, how growing up and, not being able to have people at his game to cheer him. So he had to become his own cheerleader. So guess what? He doesn't worry about people cheering him when he walks on the stage because guess what? He had already started doing that years ago. And it was something that was becoming comfortable, that it became comfortable. And this is not about ignorance. This is not about being too much. This is about knowing who you are and standing in it. Standing in who you know you are and not allowing the world, society, people, perspective, opinions to define you. That is, oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Other great black families. I have to mention other great, beautiful black families as well. The Obamas. My president is black. The Obamas, the 44th president of the United States of America and the first lady, Miss Michelle Obama. Oh my goodness, who was also a lawyer, an author. Oh my goodness, and so many different things that they continue to explore and doing influence and impact. Yes, it's a global leadership system of grace and achievement. Their daughters, Malia and Sasha, have grown, under such intense public attention, but yet they still continue to persevere with success. To let you know that pressure allows you to come out as gold if you allow it to be. You have to make a decision what you choose on the other end. The Smith family, Will Smith, Jada Pickett Smith, and their children, Jaden and Willow, have made their names for themselves in the music and film industry. Now, I don't care about your perspective about what y'all have about the Smiths. That's your perspective. I'm talking about positivity and positive vibes here at the Human Narratives, okay? So that's where we at today. We'll entertain haters here. We celebrate people, human narratives, love, community, oneness, unity. So beautiful. The Carter family, Beyonce and Jay-Z are global icons and musicians and business entrepreneurs and cultures, all spectrum, $1 billion of empire. Their children, particularly Blue Ivy. Look at this young lady. She is growing so gracefully and doing her thing. And there's so many people hating on this young woman as she's growing up. That is pathetic. Pathetic. Instead of really celebrating her, she's not in the street doing nothing negative. She's on stage performing, entertaining, growing, learning, building empire and legacy. Whew, that should be celebrated. The Jackson family. Oh my goodness. The Jackson family. We already know. Michael Jackson. Legendary icon. Joe and Catherine Jackson, who produced and made influence in so many historical ways. Janet Jackson, my beautiful sister. Ooh, so much. The King family. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Miss Coretta Scott King dedicated their lives to civil rights and social justice so that I can have a voice today to be able to speak like I am right now. So that I'm not segregated in my workplace. So that I'm not segregated in my academic buildings. So that I can drink from the same fountain of waters. All of these beautiful leaderships and leaders in our communities. Don't let the textbooks fool ya. It's many more. It's many more. There are many more leaders in our communities. If you're not finding one around you, detach and let that go and find you one. There are many. You're just in the wrong space. Why should Deion Sanders and his family should be respected? Why should they be respected? That's an insightful question. Deion Sanders and his family should be respected because nothing was given to them. This family earned by the grace of God. They earned through hard work, perseverance, excellence that impacted them to be where they are today. Unprecedented athletic career for Mr. Sanders, and his children are following those same footsteps. He didn't just play, he dominated two professional sports at the highest level. At the highest level, NFL and MLB. The dual sport success is rare. Rare. I mean, it's extraordinary talent, discipline, and dedication. That's why this man is confident. It's not because he's cocky, because he put in the work to understand who he is. And sometimes people try to tell you who you are when you know who you is and who you are. And it's so beautiful to not allow those mindsets to cloud what reality is. Transformative leadership and coaching at Jackson State and Colorado. He brought attention, resources, and credibility to programs that were overlooked. He's been a mentor, recruiter, advocate, elevating opportunities for Black athletes all over, for young men, for Black athletes who need that support. He's there. A father figure. That's amazing. Raising high achieving children, as I've mentioned. And I'll mention it again because that's work. His children are not simply famous by association, because that's what a lot of people assume. Oh, his father is rich. Oh, her father is rich, so they're all right. You don't know that. You don't know the work the individual have to put in each and every day. They're not famous by association. Shador and Shiloh have earned their own recognition in the college football and now going into the NFL. And Deandra and Dion Jr. are curving their paths in the media and business field. This reflects not just, this is a family of culture, but not only excellence, but of accountability. accountability, overcoming adversity in public eye. Sometimes, when you don't have a choice how you overcome adversity, especially when you're leaders in the public eye. And despite all of those challenges, the criticism, all of those things, unapologetically continue to remain focused, resilient. I mean, you can see it from Mr. Sanders to his children, the discipline. It's in generations to generations. That's beautiful. Commitment to uplift others. He leveraged his platform to open the doors for others so that they can grow, so that they can become leaders as well. Not just serving himself, but empowering and giving back. That's what it's all about. Greatness. That's greatness. Wow. Woo! This family has built respect through results, breaking barriers, pushing through criticism, pushing through haters, pushing through so many obstacles, through results leaderships. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. Why am I inspired? Why am I inspired by this family? I'm inspired by this family because I see how they've been attacked. I see greatness. I see how the good Lord is about to promote this young man. But why am I inspired? The attack was great. The blessing gotta be great. The blessing is great. It ain't gotta be. It is great. Oh my goodness. Why am I inspired? That's beautiful reflection for me. They model excellence and authenticity. He never hides who he is. In the world where there's so many masks for people to put on because of the fear of what the interpretation of what others may assume of you, instead of really living in your own identity, your own truth, this man doesn't hide who he is. He's confident. He's a faith driven man. He's bold. He's a leader. His children also embrace these characteristics in their own individuality, in their own individual way, while working hard in their own respective fields. And we can all learn from this to conform to succeed and what excellence and staying true to your identity. Now, you don't have to change to get to success. You don't have to become what you're not. You can always stay true to your authentic identity and still be successful. They show that success is not earned through this, just through discipline. I mean, that success is earned through discipline. You know, you have to work hard, whether it's from Mr. Sanders as a father or to his sons. It was hard work. I'm sure there are times that they have not even talked about sleepless nights, tears to push through. But guess what? Their story to keep pushing, the dedication of practice and perseverance to continue to sustain greatness is work, even if they have it today. They prioritize family and mentorship. Despite fame and pressure, Dion emphasized being present for his children as a coach, as a father, and as a guide. He holds them accountable while celebrating their wins. And that's huge. Being able to hold your children accountable while also letting them know that I love and celebrate who you are, your wins and your losses. I mean, this is beautiful mentorship for growth in leadership. They uplift others as they also climb up the ladder. It's not just about, them climbing. It's about ensuring that other people are also going up the ladder. They're not crabs, right in the bucket. While one is trying to climb up, the other is pulling them down. No, we have to be more than that. We have to be able to uplift, bring people to where we are, and celebrate one another in those spaces. That's beautiful. You know, from, uplifting people, young men from different places as a coach, and continuing to bring that national attention and opportunities in so many under-resourced programs. Lifting not just people, programs, areas of resources, communities. Kids can learn that real success involves helping others. Real success is not just about just you doing the thing, it's also about helping others rise. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Not just yourself. Now, there's a difference between helping other rise who want to rise than helping those who wants to be enabled. Right? They persevere through challenges. He battled health problems in the public. He received criticism, family situations, setbacks. He never gave up. He learned from his situation and he kept on pushing, overcoming, building strength and character in all of those circumstances, in all of those situations. Young children should admire. I admire this family and many of our Black leaders and others too in our community. But a lot of times we don't get to talk about just our Black leaders and them showing up out here in the world, in the community, on TV. Because when a Black man shows up like he has been showing up with his children, he's been seen as a threat. He's been seen as a threat. Just like when a Black woman speaks up, they are perceived as an angry Black woman instead of someone just trying to voice their opinion or just someone trying to show who they are, their authentic self, confidence, leading with confidence, and not allowing the world to define who you are. Man, this is beautiful. I love this type of leadership. And I hope that whether we're Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, African American, whatever we are, we choose to call ourselves to be, to understand that greatness can be in all nation, in all generation, in all race. Not just what the textbooks say. So let's educate our children about what greatness looks like. Let's educate ourselves because some of us adults don't even know what greatness looks like. And let's celebrate one another instead of trying to, jeopardize someone else's life and success. Because at the end of the day, when you celebrate someone else, you're celebrating yourself. And when you hurt someone, baby, you're hurting you because it come back to you. So it is beautiful. I want to share some of this man, Mr. Sanders' quote. And before we kind of wrapped up for today, I already played some of his music. Let's share some of his quote. Let's see. Let's see some of his quotes. Keep going. No matter what, you keep moving. I know you've heard this before, but life is not a sprint. It's a marathon. We go through seasons, darkness and light, and we are strengthened by adversity. What separates us is that we are expect to be great. If you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, then you pay good. I got my dog back. In America, in African American language, your dog means your passion, your fire. I got my dog back. You got yours back. Your passion, your fire, right? I'm confident, and my natural odor smell like confidence. I love that. That quote, I am confident. Confident. And my natural odor, it smells like confidence, baby. You can tell me that that's not greatness. If you don't believe in yourself, how will somebody else believe in you? So everything must start with you. The greatest mistake you can make is being afraid to make one. So make mistakes. It's okay. You're human. Do not allow people to tell you that make a mistake is the end of the world, because that's how you learn and you grow and you become confident. To be a champion, you have to believe in yourself when no one else does. You have to go in that field and tell you you're the bad and go in that field and run that ball all the way at the end of the field and make that touchdown. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't know what you've got going on or what you're going through in your life, I know it's something. It's always something, but you've got it to promise me that you will keep pushing, keep moving, and never give up. We're all going through something. The key is to have faith and keep on going. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I saw another video where he was saying that, do I care about what you say about me? But those are all the beautiful things. If you don't believe in yourself, how will somebody else believe in you? Here it says, I don't even wear a watch, and I know what time it is. I don't even wear a watch, and I know what time it is. They forgot I know who's been bringing the bag and dropping it off. All right, yeah, I'm gonna stay here all day celebrating greatness because I love to do that. Greatness. You want to hold me on conversation? Let's talk about greatness. And this is greatness. So it was an honor to be able to celebrate and see this young man, despite the challenges and the barriers that he experienced as a young man in trying to be drafted. It doesn't matter what number you are. Because if God says you are selected, you're selected. It doesn't have to be determined by human or human decision. It was already done. And I am so grateful that he was in accordance and he discerned and knew where he stood. And rightfully so. It's going to be great. Now more than ever, Mr. Shador and Mr. Shiloh and Mr. Dion, the eyes of the world are going to continue to be on you. But guess what? Be yourself. Make your mistakes. Be a human. Be a young man. But also continue to be great because that's what God says you are. Again, this is your girl, the one and only Dorinda. Until next time, this is the human narrative. Have a marvelous and beautiful week. And if something try to interrupt it, remember who you are and whose you are. And turn that attitude into something joyful and beautiful. God bless. Ow!